everybody, welcome to another episode On the Paint Table. This is my weekly show about what I painted this week, and you can also take a look at upcoming projects. So, when I get done, I painted some Warmachine guys. I got Kane 3 done for my Mercenaries, as well as Iris 2, Iris the Angel of Redemption. And I did some stuff just for me. I was feeling a little bit burned out from my last few painting projects, so I decided I was going to paint some Confrontation minis. So we're doing a Dusty Model Challenge in the Confrontation Fanatics group on Facebook, where you have to paint some models that you've owned since Confrontation was actually a game that was on the shelves. They never got around to painting, and I dusted off my Cadwallon collection, made some cobblestone bases with my Green Stuff World base roller, and then got painting them. I finished 4 models this week. Let's take a look at them, the Warmachine stuff I did, and then take a look at some upcoming projects. So first things first, we've got the Warmachine stuff I painted. On the left there's Iris 2. When I got her, she didn't have a base, and so I just sculpted a new rock for her, a putty. She's the second incarnation of Iris that has like the dodge out, kill something, dodge back sort of rule, so she's handy for piece removal. And then here's Kane 3 with the Hellslingers, which is the remainder of the Black 13th. This is after Kane gets stripped of his rank and becomes a mercenary, a gun for hire. Really nice models, just sort of like some classics for like steampunky looking fighter dudes. And these are the survivors of the Black 13th, which is, it's Lynch and I don't remember the other ones. Watts, I believe, are the two that are still alive. And they're a unit, basically, of Warcaster, so that they get to fight as sort of like companions, and they all work off his feet really well, because on his feet turn he effectively has synergy for shooting, and that means that the 3 of them between them, he pops the feet and then they start gunning people down, and yeah, lots of murdering happens in the combat action time, and they can get up to +3/+3 basically by themselves. So got to play a game with them this week. They were fun, and I'll definitely be trying them again, but there they are all painted up. And here was a relaxation project just for me, with some Confrontation dudes. I think her name's Arya on the left there. She's a Darkness Mage for the Cadwallon. We got a Cadway Sergeant there in the middle there in the blue and gold, leader for the Militiamen. And then we got Sith Morris and his Weapon Bearer, who are the like sort of like evil leader guy. I think he's one of the Undertaker's Guild. The Ursur's Guild, sorry. And then weapon bearers are a thing in Cadwallon where you're not allowed to walk around with your own weapons for the most part, so they have little kids do it for them. That little kid typically carries around Sith Morris' pistol and sword. And he's really just there for like an initiative boost in the game. He does some like funky stuff where he'll pile into a combat, and he's just like an attached model that you can activate off the same card. So, no, you can't activate him off the same card. He's an irregular. He's an irregular that just parties down with Sith Morris, and is an extra handy guy in combat. So this is my first 4. I'm going to paint some more stuff to make this into 300 points, and that will finish off my Dusty Model Challenge. So just for relaxation's sake, I did assemble a whole lot of my Cadwallon stuff, but I'd forgotten there were some alternate cards released, which when I was looking through the cards, I actually had some extra models for, so some stuff didn't get done. I've got some Muggers, which was an alternate card for the Reavers of Alahan, just basically as like desperados, like bandity guys. So I'm going to build 3 of them, just to have 3 Muggers, which are little 15-point pistol dudes. I've got the Mercenary Ogre, a couple of Cadway Militia to go with my Militia Sergeant, because they have some special activation rules. And then Valdar the Arrogant, who's one of the big fighters in Cadwallon, and his weapon bearer there with his sword that he's carrying around. He was a fan favorite when I asked who I should paint first, so I'll be getting him relatively quickly. And then I've got a another Militia Sergeant and 2 veteran militiamen with like the hog's head and the sheep on his back. Another Mugger, and then a Mercenary Cadre here. I got a Mercenary Officer, a Mercenary Assassin there with the knife, and a Deserter Crossbowman Mercenary. And they're sort of like add-ons to any army, but they're just nice models that I want to add to my Cadwallon. So that's going to get built and painted. I have some other miniatures I think I can use in my Cadwallon, because I've got a Spasm Warrior for the Celts. I know I can't use the Orphan, I don't think, of a Vagdu, but we'll see. There's a bunch of different stuff I can paint up, and add to this Cadwallon stuff. But my Dusty Model Challenge, I get to 300 points when I paint these 5, so I'm going to paint them next. And then he'll make it 400, and this is just like options and stuff. And my buddy Jordan's been painting some Confrontation stuff, so have a few other people. So hopefully I get to paint some, or play some games for Throwback Thursday soon. This was more just, I wanted to paint some stuff just because I wanted to paint some stuff, and I love painting Confrontation miniatures. I could do it all week. So this was just, I'm going to paint these like 10, 12 models just to enjoy what I'm doing for a bit. So there you go, another week of painted stuff. I'm off to Adepticon next week, and I don't really have anything left to prep for between now and then. So I think I'm just gonna kind of paint for funsies until that happens. I'm gonna try and get this confrontation stuff finished and just kind of chill out and relax and enjoy painting for a little bit. So yeah, look on my Facebook page, on Instagram, and of course, you should see highlights as well on Patreon if you're one of my patrons. And you should see on Patreon first of what I'm painting upcoming. And until next Saturday, when we see it on the paint table, that'll be how you can catch up on what I'm working on. So until then, I'm Ash. Have a great day.